TV. Here we are, downtown Manhattan, New York, at the famous Apple Store. You can't go anywhere else without shopping unless you check out an Apple Store. About to go in and buy a mini iPad, just released a couple of days ago. And as being an Apple fan, I'm sure many of you are Apple fans, iPhone 5, everything else you got. Apple is an extraordinary success story. I had the chance to catch up with the co-founder of Apple recently, Steve Wozniak, and learn some business lessons of what him and Steve Jobs did to create the most successful company on the planet. And one thing you don't realize, many people don't realize, when Steve Jobs returned to Apple in the late 90s, it was almost bankrupt. Michael Dell of Dell Computers was quoted as saying, "I don't even know why Steve Jobs is even trying. He should just put it into bankruptcy and pay back the money to shareholders." That's how undervalued the chance Apple had. But as we know, it's history now. Steve Jobs turned that company around by eliminating most of their products, even products that were profitable, and getting Apple to focus on 3 to 4 key products. And we know the rest is history. You notice Apple only releases products very rarely. They have focused on their core products. And today, Apple is worth $650 billion. Where Michael Dell of Dell Computers was worth hundreds of billions in the past. It's now down to a lowly 22 billion and falling. So maybe Michael Dell wish he never said that about Steve Jobs in the late 90s. Apple, an amazing success story, whether you love the products or not. We're about to go and get a mini iPad at the New York Apple Store. Check it out. So here we are in the Apple Store in New York, on an Apple iPhone, by the way, we're recording this. Check out how many people in this store. This is how you create raving fans. The Apple retail concept, when they launched it, they were told it would never work. Apple has no experience in retail. Retail is dying. But is retail really dying in business, or is the lack of innovation is what's killing retail? Apple can retail. The average store turns over $35 million per store. JV Hi-Fi, for instance, in Australia, one of the top retailers, only turns over a couple of million per store. Apple has developed the secret to retail.